That work. Okay, so this time I want to change over to something different, just because of the fact I want to try something. See here, click that, click that. Fix that of there, fix that. Okay, we should be all right now. So this stream here, I'm just going to talk about what I thought of opening day of the MLB. So, but the 2K23 stream, I'm going to do that a different day actually. Most likely Saturday night. So tomorrow night after I'm off work. I'll most likely stream. If not tomorrow night, I'll do it Sunday before WrestleMania. But I figured I wanted to do some opening day thoughts of the MLB. Just because I wanted to, and I watched most of the games. And so I'll give you guys the thought of my thoughts on opening day. I'll go over every game, talk about what I thought, and the outcomes. I'll start by game, I guess, from the time they started to so I'll start with the Braves and Nationals, and I'll go all the way to I'll go to Cleveland, Seattle. That'll be the last game I'll recap. So the first game that happened yesterday for opening day was the Atlanta Braves facing the Washington Nationals. So in real life, the Braves won 7-2 over the Washington Nationals thanks to Travis d'Arnaud's big day, and he had a great game for the Atlanta Braves. Coming off of and came off the DH spot. He had 4 hits in the game. And he also had 2 RBIs. Ronald Acuna Jr. had a good day as well for the Atlanta Braves, 2 hits and stealing a base for them. And their pitching was good for the Braves, even though they lost their main dude, Max Fried, due to injury during the game. But other than that, they just absolutely dominated the Washington Nationals. The Atlanta Braves had 12 hits on the day. Meanwhile, Washington had 8. The only really scores for the Nationals was a single by Joey Meneses and a sac fly. Other than that, it was all Atlanta. So that right there, Braves 7, Nationals 2. Second game that happened at like 2 o'clock my time. It was the San Francisco Giants and the New York Yankees. In real life, the Yankees won 5-0 over the Giants, despite Logan Webb setting the franchise record for opening day strikeouts for the Giants, but Garrett Cole also set an opening day franchise record for strikeouts for the Yankees. The Yankees really helped themselves due to a couple home runs. Judge had a home run in the first inning, which was the first of the season. You also had Gleyber Torres getting into the fun, and a few RBI singles for the Yankees. Judge was able to score 2 guys in as well off another single, so that's a 5-0 win for the New York Yankees at home to start their season, which is very good for them if they want to go and actually try to win a World Series. The next game that happened was the Milwaukee Brewers facing Chicago Cubs. This is the kind of a new look Chicago team, and Chicago beat Milwaukee 4-0. Marcus Stroman had a great game against Milwaukee. He struck out 8 people. Braves were only able to hit 4 hits in the whole game. It was a great day for Chicago faithful. Dansby Swanson drove in a few runs off of a single. Trey Mancini also had a single that scored. And Yanni Gomes was able to reach on a fielder's choice. That got Ian Happ to score, and that was a 4-0 win for Chicago, but it's nothing new for Milwaukee. They like to lose on opening day a lot, which is very interesting to say the least. We go to Baltimore, Boston. So Orioles Red Sox was one of the most interesting games on opening day. The Orioles were able to win 10-9. The Orioles at one point were up by a lot. They were up by, I believe, as much as 8-2 and as much as 10-4. But Boston tried to surge late in the last couple of innings, but it was just not enough to stop Baltimore, as the Orioles won 10-9, thanks to a amazing game by Adley Rutschman, their very young catcher, as he got 5 hits in that one game for the Orioles. Him and another player that we'll talk about today were the only men to get 5 hits in the game on opening day since 1901. So a great day for Adley Rutschman, and another reason the Orioles won were thanks to 6 stolen bases on the day for them, and lots of errors by the Boston Red Sox catchers. But Adley Rutschman and the Orioles beat the Red Sox 10-9. Next game we'll talk about Detroit Tigers and the Tampa Bay Rays over Tropicana Field in Tampa. A 4-0 win for the Tampa Bay Rays, thanks to a dominant pitching performance by Shane McClanahan in the bullpen. Jose Siri got the game started with a home run to make it 1-0. Randy Arozarena helped make it 2-0, and a few more to make it 3-0. And Wander Franco made it 4-0 in the 8th inning. Tigers only got a few extra base hits in that game, even though they're only able to get 6 hits. But a dominant win for the Tampa Bay Rays. Then we get to another crazy game. The Texas Rangers hosted the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies were up as much as 5-0 against the Rangers. As Jake DeGrom did not have a great opening day start, but hey, sometimes that happens. But a 9-run 4th inning by the Rangers just basically squandered any chance the Phillies have of winning this game, as they were not able to come back. They got close, even though it was 11-7 finish. Did not tell the whole story, as Bubba Thompson was able to rob a home run for the Phillies. But still, that is a Rangers win. The next game, the Mets and Marlins played in Miami. Mets were able to win 5-3. Brandon Nimmo had a great day, including the go-ahead 2 RBI double that helped the Mets beat the Miami Marlins. Even though Garrett Cooper at first base for Miami had a great game, including a few nice diving grabs and a 2-run home run. Marlins were just not able to get anywhere close to the Mets other than that 2-run home run by Garrett Cooper. Next game, the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. Pirates were able to win 5-4. Reds walked a lot of people for the Pirates, but O'Neill Cruz's huge home run off Hunter Green's 101 mile-per-hour fastball helped put the Pirates up 1-0, but then a huge strand, or I should say no, the O'Neill Cruz home run tied the game at 1. But a huge strand of walks by the Red pitchers got 2 men on base, or 2 men across home plate for the Pittsburgh Pirates, which helped them go up all the way up to 3-1. And they were also able to score another man to go up 4-1, but the Reds were able to surge back to tie the game, but an 8th inning sacrifice fly by O'Neill Cruz got the runner to home, and it was able to score the game-winning run for the Pittsburgh Pirates, as they were able to beat Cincinnati 5-4. Alright, we'll go to another crazy game. Toronto Blue Jays beat the St. Louis Cardinals 10-9. A very interesting game. Blue Jays were all over the Cardinals in the first 4 innings, including George Springer having a 5-hit game for the Blue Jays and Bo Bichette having a 4-hit game for Toronto as well. The Cardinals would never say die during the game, but a sacrifice fly by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was able to help the Blue Jays secure the win in St. Louis over the Cardinals. A very high, intense game that was great to watch. The next game, the Minnesota Twins went over to Kansas City to face the Royals in a division matchup in the AL Central. Twins were able to win 2-0, thanks to a dominant pitching performance by Pablo Lopez, the new pitcher that they picked up from a trade from Miami. He ended up having 8 strikeouts in the game and pitched 5.1 shutout innings. And the bullpen did the rest for the Twins. An RBI single in the 6th inning helped get the Twins up 1-0 thanks to a Byron Buxton triple. And then the Twins added some more damage with a double. They ended up scoring a second run to make it 2-0. And Kansas City, they just could not do anything, as they only got 2 hits on the game on the day, which ended up being terrible news for them. Next one, the World Series champion Houston Astros faced the Chicago White Sox as the Houston Astros were unveiling their World Championship banner. White Sox were able to defeat the Astros 3-2 off of a great pitching performance by White Sox ace and Cy Young runner-up from last season, Dylan Cease, having 10 strikeouts, which tied a franchise open day record for the White Sox. Andrew Vaughn was able to get a go-ahead double in the ninth inning to win the game for the Chicago White Sox. Even though the Astros tried to surge in the bottom of the ninth, it did not help them as they were able to only score one run in the ninth inning. And they're only able to get 4 hits on the whole game. And they also had 2 errors. But a great win for the Chicago White Sox, nevertheless. The next game, the Colorado Rockies faced off into San Diego Padres. The game got delayed all the way up until at least almost 11 o'clock my time, which is huge, but sometimes delays happen. The Rockies were able to defeat the San Diego Padres in San Diego 7-2. C.J. Cron had an absolute great game for the Rockies. He had 4 hits and 5 RBIs, including 2 home runs in the game. And a great pitching performance by Marquez helped out the Rockies. Blake Snell did not have a great game for the Padres. But knowing the Padres' depth, I feel like they'll win one of those games if they can't win the series. Next game, we head to Los Angeles. It was the Diamondbacks versus the Dodgers. An 8-2 win for the Los Angeles Dodgers. It looked like at one point the Arizona Diamondbacks were going to win the game. They're up 2-0, and they're surging all over the Dodgers. The Dodgers' big ace, Julio Urias. But then the Dodgers' bats woke up in the 3rd inning, and they never looked back since. Other than the 2nd inning, the Arizona Diamondbacks never scored another run, as the Dodgers ended up winning 8-2. Thanks to a big day from Will Smith, as he had a couple of bloop hits that dropped, including a 2-run single. And finally, the last game that happened on opening day, and probably the most funniest game that happened on opening day, the Los Angeles Angels, who have 2 of the best players in the whole world, Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout, on their team, faced off against probably the worst team in the league, or the worst team in the AL, the Oakland A's in Oakland. The Oakland Athletics ended up winning 2-1, despite Shohei Ohtani having an absolute great pitching performance. The Angels' offense was absolutely terrible. Tony Kemp ended up getting a game-tying double in the 8th inning. And then Elias Diaz, there we go, that's probably how you say it. Elias Diaz had a go-ahead single that helped win the game for the Oakland A's, which was absolutely hilarious to see that the Angels lost on opening day. Hey, you never know. They started off hot last season, the Angels did, and they fell apart. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe they fall apart during the start of the year, then they absolutely just go away and then they absolutely go off later on. Only have a few games today. The White Sox and Astros go at it. Cleveland Guardians. Oh, I didn't even talk about Cleveland and Seattle yet. Sorry. And the last game I'll talk about, Seattle Mariners against the... Let me just get rid of this message here. The Cleveland Guardians faced the Seattle Mariners. Seattle had a surge of tremendous momentum on opening day since last year they made the playoffs the first time in 22 seasons. And they ended up beating the Guardians on opening day 3-0. Ty France hit a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 8th inning to give the only lead of the game to Seattle. I'm gonna stretch my back here before I keep talking. Shane Bieber had a nice pitching performance by Cleveland. And Luis Castillo for the Seattle Mariners had an absolute great day on the mound. He only let up 4 hits. And other than that, Cleveland just not getting anything going, despite their defense helping helping them out a lot, but Seattle still was able to pick up the win. So again, I'll just go over the games for today. Chicago White Sox versus the Houston Astros. It'll be Lance Lynn and Christian Javier on the mound. For Cleveland versus Seattle, Tris McKenzie will not be on the mound. He is injured to start the season. So instead, it will be Gadias on the mound for Cleveland, and Robbie Ray will be on the mound for the Seattle Mariners. For the New York Mets, it will be Peterson on the mound for them, and Lazzuto for the Mets. Diamondbacks and Los Angeles Dodgers. It will be Kelly on the mound for the Diamondbacks, and for the Los Angeles Dodgers, it will be Dustin May. And for the Padres and Rockies, it will be Freeland on the mound for the Rockies, and for the Padres, it will be Martinez. So there's your kind of recap type of thing for the MLB opening day. It was a nice opening day to watch. And I had a lot of fun watching some of these games, even though my favorite team in the league, the Padres, were not able to win. Hey, that's fine. Now, before we end the video, I'm just going to talk about a few things over in Diamond Dynasty. Just because I want to talk about a few things there. So, I do play Diamond Dynasty, so this is right now the team I'm rocking. I'm just trying to get a lot of the parallel levels up right now, just because I want to get some of the program stuff done for the World Baseball Classic and for the Team Infinity stuff. I have completed some of the stuff already. As you will see, this is right now the reward path. I'll talk about some of this stuff right now. So, if you're kind of new to Diamond Dynasty, I'll just talk about stuff. But if you're a veteran, you can kind of skip this. But I'll talk about rewards as well. So, when you start off the first season here, and you go through the tutorial and stuff, you'll unlock XP, and you will first unlock this jersey for your team. This was voted on by the community. And it's a nice jersey to look at. Now, as you play the game, you will earn XP. The more XP you earn, the more rewards you'll get on Season 1 XP reward path. For example, the second reward is a pack. Then you head over to this pack, the Season 1 player pack. You can choose 2 players. One in the gold round. For example, your gold round players are Ernie Banks. Now pay attention to the veteran and all-star stuff. So you have Ernie Banks. And you also want to pay attention to the team, because these can help you get more parallels for Team Infinity. So here's Ernie Banks for the Cubs. Ian Kendall for the Padres. Those are the 2 veteran players for the gold round. And then your gold all-star players, Tyler Anderson from the Dodgers, and Josh Donaldson for the Oakland Athletics. Then you have your 2 diamonds. So your veteran diamonds are Lefty Glove for the Boston Red Sox, and Pudge, as I call him, as his nickname is, and Pudge Rodriguez for the Miami Marlins. Those are your 2 veteran diamond players. And then your 2 all-star players are Walker Buehler of the Dodgers and Nick Castellanos for the Cincinnati Reds. Now, I'll talk about more of what each means when we get up there. Then you have a bat. Then you have your World Baseball Classic choice pack for the uniform, so you can pick which ones for what one you want to rock. Now you get to the captain's pack. Now, so when I talked about All-Star and Veteran, you want to keep an eye on those. These are the cards that will help with those. So I'll first talk about Bryce Harper, because he's the first one I picked. So Bryce Harper, as you see here, is a captain, and he's a captain All-Star card. As you go over to Captain Boosts, you'll see your tiers and stuff. So you see here, if you put Bryce Harper as your captain on your team as a hitting captain, he has boosts, and he'll boost certain players up for series. So when I talked about people like Josh Donaldson and Nick Castellanos, well, you see here, once you get 5 people from the All-Star on your squad, including Bryce Harper, he will up their contact and power on Tier 1. Yes, you will lose 5 fielding, but it gets better once you go up the tier. For 7 hitters, you get plus 10 contact, power versus righties, and a plus 5 to clutch. And your tier 3 boost, which you need 9 hitters from the All-Star Series, and you need Bryce Harper to be parallel 1. You get 15 contact versus righties, 20 power versus righties, and 10 batting clutch. Which is good for Harper because he's done a lot of power and clutch stuff. And as you see here, this is parallel. I'll go over that different time. So here's Harper. Then your pitcher is Derek Cole for the All-Star. Then for your veteran series, you got Elvis Andrus as the veteran, as the hitter. He's a nice one, actually, for Chicago. And then you have Ryan Presley as the pitcher. He's from the Astros. So you can use these cards to help out with your Team Infinity as well. So you go along the path and stuff, get some more packs, more equipment, more stubs. Then you come up to this pack, the Charisma Pack. Now, you can choose one of 7 players. You have Curtis Granderson from the Tigers, center fielder. Lee Smith, closer for the Cardinals. Troy Glaus from the Angels, third baseman. Johnny Bench, catcher from the Cincinnati Reds. Madison Bumgarner for the Giants. Craig Biggio for the Astros. And Eric Davis for the Orioles. These are charisma players. These will also help your Team Infinity. And these are all great players to pick from. You can choose whoever you want. I'll probably just go with Eric Davis as he helps out with my Team Infinity stuff, which I'll talk about later. So you keep going through. You get your balls to have it. Then you get this pack, the Pro Baseball Classic. You can choose whatever one you want here, and they all will help out. Mainly you want to go with people that play for real MLB teams, so like Johnny Cueto, Will Mercado, Freddie Freeman, those types of guys, because you want those to help out with your Team Infinity stuff. So people like Yun-Ho Lee and Robinson Cano, they won't really help with your Team Infinity stuff. So if I were you, choose one of the guys that are on a team right now. And then you have the big pack of the Season 1, the Boston Pack. You have just great people all around, all 99 cards. There's Bob Gibson, Devin Williams, Ricky Henderson, Francisco Lindor, and the guy from Japan. All great cards. You can pick whoever you want. I might go with Ricky Henderson first. But amazing players to pick from. And you just keep going down the line. Get more big rewards. Then you hit this spot here. So once you get this pack here, you'll see the wheel here. You get more XP. Once this wheel is completed with XP, you'll just get a little chooser thing, which will randomly select a certain badge. And whatever it picks, it'll come from one of these packs you see here. You have silver, gold, and diamond. So diamond, of course, gives you that boss pack, but then golds will give you like that around the world pack, and then the charisma around the world pack for World Baseball Classic, and then your silvers will be like the Diamond Duos pack, a 5-pack of the regular packs, and like some stubs. So that's your Season 1 type of outlook here, which is really nice. I like it this season. So when I talked about Team Infinity, here's your Team Infinity. It came back this year, so it's split into your divisions. You have the East, you have your East Division, the AL and NL, Central, and West. I'll just use the AL, I guess, for example, because I'm already on that one. So you have all your tasks. These are simple, like completing moments. Like you see here, I already completed all the moments. Complete all those moments, and you can get this pack right here, your choice pack. Now, for your choice pack, of course, you have Nelson. You have all the teams, players. It's like the one before, so you get choice from 5 gold players and 5 diamonds. So you have Nelson Cruz from the Orioles, Matt Barnes from the Red Sox, Diego Castro for the Rays, who I picked from my diamonds, Joe Carter from the Blue Jays, and Aaron Hicks from the Yankees. Then your diamonds are Mike Mussina for the Orioles, Jim Rice, who's the guy that I picked. He's from the Boston Red Sox. Raul Albies from the Yankees, Brandon Lau for the Rays, and Ken Giles for the Blue Jays. So you use those players to help these missions right here, the henchman missions. So you get the parallels with these players, and these will give you XP. And the more XP you get, of course, the more you go up the line. You have your unlockables here with Stubbs. And you keep going up the line, you get some live seer players. Then you have your captains. Now each captain, of course, will boost stuff. So you have Adley Rutschman for the Orioles, Chris Sale for the Red Sox, Aaron Judge for the Yankees, Shane McClanahan for the Rays, and Alek Manoah for the Blue Jays. So you get these players here, and by using these players, it will help with these captain stat missions, like 5 extra base hits for Adley, or 12 strikeouts for Sale, or 12 strikeouts for McClanahan, or pitch some innings, or hit some home runs. And then, of course, you use these to help get more XP and go up the team affinity. Then you have the repeatable XP that you can use with certain players. Mini seasons, so you play mini seasons, get the vouchers, you can cash them in, get more XP. Exchanges, you exchange players for XP. Then you have Showdown and Conquest. You win those, you get a lot of XP. I'm right now doing the East Conquest. And then you have March of October. So you just get a lot of XP for doing that stuff. So you keep going around here, keep going on, get more of these packs, keep going up, and then you get to this pack, Charisma Pack. You have 5 players you can choose from: Cedric Mullins for the Orioles, Rafael Devers for the Red Sox, Giancarlo Stanton for the Yankees, Wander Franco of the Rays, and Bo Bichette of the Blue Jays. So you get these 5 players you can pick from. Really, all of them are spectacular choices. I'll probably go Wander Franco first for the Rays. He's really fun to use, especially in that Moments Challenge I used him in. And so you pick one of these players. Now, they don't have any missions, but they can just help out with the repeated stuff. So you keep just playing through the game and unlocking more stuff and more captains, more of these Charisma players, and more packs. Just keep going through and going through. Now, these are stuff that goes forever. So you can just play these until the game is basically gone, unlike the Season 1 stuff. So you just go through all of the divisions. I'm going to, off camera, I'm just going to play through all the moments for each division. So you just play through all of these, and you get all these players that you want. And you choose wherever division you want to start with first. I just went the AL East first, just because it's my favorite division to lead, but for example, something like the NL West I can go with kind of here because I use these players as well. There's a lot of great people to choose from. If I kind of want to start out or something, if I'm like a newer person to Diamond Dynasty, probably the AL Central is your best one to start out with. The AL Central, the NL West, because you get a lot of nice cards out of these packs. And you get some good captains as well for pitching and hitting. That or both the West divisions actually will be really good. So, really, if I'm a starter to Diamond Dynasty Time New, you probably want to start the West divisions. They're the most strongest. And so that's your Team Infinity. Your other programs, Weekly Wonders, I already completed mine. So you just play some moments and then beat some missions. So I already completed all mine, and you get 10,000 XP for completing it. World Baseball Classic, the one that I'm already on. So you have the event for online, which I don't play because I don't play online. It's too toxic for me. But so by completing all of these moments here for the World Baseball Classic, you'll get 90 overall cards, uniform stuff, stubs. So by getting those, you can put these guys in your team to get parallel missions. Complete the parallel missions like I've been doing, like for Dwight and Robbie Glendening, Yadier Drake, those guys. So you use them in the game to gain points on the program. So as you see, I'm already up to this over here, which I already picked players here. So some of the 90 overall players you can pick are Nicky Lopez, Bethancourt, Lars Nootbaar. So you basically get all of those. And some of the 95 players, Henry Ford, Camilo Duvall, Patrick Sandoval, those players. So you use those, you complete your missions, complete your showdown and conquests. to get up to these players. Now, these players are even better than the ones here. So some of these are like the guys who won their like MVP in the pool they played in, or helped win the championship, or had just had a great World Baseball class like Yi Chang or Luis Arias, Tayshawn Walker, and Randy Rose. Randy's the big dude. Then once you get up to here, you get this around the world pack. So your base route players like Gio Urshela, Pablo Lopez, Gene Segura, and your rare round are like Miguel Cabrera, Mike Trout, those players. You can only get one of these packs, and the game chooses which tier you get. It's either the base or rare, so it's random. And then you have the starter one. I've just basically don't really care about that one. It doesn't really give you too much. So right now, that's currently what I'm doing right now on Diamond Dynasty. Of course, there's many seasons, Conquest, Showdown. I'll just show what I'm doing on Conquest. Right now, I'm going through World Baseball Classic. And so when I talked about the Team Infinity stuff, so these are these Conquests. So you complete these. I'll just go to the Team Infinity East here. Or, actually, no, I'll go to the Team Infinity Central. So you see this here, you have goals complete, so you got, like, acquire 750 million fans, capture 100 territories, defeat capture 3 enemy strongholds, you get, like, this Diamond Duos pack, you get, complete all of the American League strongholds, you get a Balls to Have It pack, same with the NL, you complete all of these territories, you get 5 of the show packs, plus... So I'll use the AL Central. I'll just use the AL Central here. Plus 25,000 XP. 25,000 XP puts you all the way up to this live series type pack here. So you would already have a player pack. You already have this captain pack and the unlockables pack, which is really good actually. And of course, you complete your help complete your henchman missions during these. You can go up even higher. You can be all the way up here, maybe, or something like that. That's really good. And, of course, Showdown. Complete that, you get 15 as well. That's what I'm doing as well for the AL East. So right now, that's all really Diamond Dynasty I talked about. I'll go over the collections. I already completed all the starter ones. But here's your live series collections. Actually, you want to see how much free agents I have? 66? Okay. So... by completing these collections, which I completed already, the Rockies and Giants, by completing all of these collections, you get stubs, and then you find all the players, you get a captain player. For example, Todd Helton. Really like this card. Todd Helton's fun. And of course, you'll boost all your live series hitters for the Rockies. For example, like Brandon Rogers or Jonathan Diaz. Oh, by the way, CJ Cron is supercharged right now for having that great game against the Padres. I also complete the Giants, too. So there's Logan Webb, see, 12 strikeouts. And so for the Giants one, you get Matt Cain. And so you just go through, complete all of these. So once you complete a whole division, you get certain things. For example, for the NL, you complete the NL West. You get Fernando Valenzuela, which that card's nice. 93 overall. For the Central, you get Honus Wagner from the Pirates. And for the NL East, you get Hank Aaron. Now, after you get all of these players, you go to the NL here, you lock them in, and you get 99 overall Sammy Sosa. Which is insane. This card's nice. So you do the same for the AL as well, which is the West. You get Billy Wagner, Astro closing pitcher. Central, Joe Mauer, and for the West, Mickey Mantle. Complete all of those. You lock all of those. You get 99 Mark McGwire. He's a rookie card. When he got 49 home runs as a rookie. So you get both Sammy and Mark McGwire. You lock both of them in. You get 99 overall Central Series Derek Jeter. What a card. Of course, there's other collections you lock in, like the GOAT collection. You lock these players in, you get like icons and stubs and bats. Now the set collections. Now, you see the Series 1 set, like the blue symbol that's on some of these cards? So you collect players, and by collecting these players, you'll get things. For example, you collect 30 set 1 players, you get 2,500 stubs and 5,000 XP. Now, if you collect 75, you get 99 Chaz Chisholm. Chaz Chisholm. His charisma card, which would be pretty cool to use. At 110, you get Trey Turner. He had an absolute fantastic World Baseball Classic. Now, 140, you get a Set 1 collection pack. And same at 200, 260. So, you get these cards here. You get those. Your 3 players you choose from that one pack are 99 Cy Young Pedro Martinez from the Red Sox, which is insanity. I remember that season he had. I wasn't born, but I remember. I wasn't born in 1999, but I've seen clips and stuff from that season. Man, he was awesome. 99 Finest Chipper Jones from the Braves. And finally, 99 700 Home Run Club milestone Babe Ruth. That's insanity. So there you go. That's what you get for that season Set 1 collection. Here's uniforms. Collect uniforms. You get stubs and stuff and packs. You get unlockables and equipment. You just collect these, put them in there. You get like equipment packs and stuff you put on your ball player. This is just what's in the store right now. I already collected my free Derek Jeter. Here's some of the packs you can get here. So you got your Diamond Duo Set 2, like Jim Edmonds here for the St. Louis Cardinals. And there's Frederick Jenkins for the Cubs. There's your Around the World pack. There's the Welcome to the Show pack, which is future star players. Like Anthony Volpe, Corbin Carroll, Jordan Walker, Miguel Vargas, Logan O'Hoppe, Josh Young, Ezekiel Tovar, Tristan Casas, and Hunter Brown. All players that made their MLB debuts on opening day, so you get to play with them. And then you have all your standard packs, including a jumbo pack. You got your 50 pack, your 10 pack, 20 pack, these things. So right there, that is MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty. That'll pretty much end the video, so hopefully I see you guys next time on the next stream. See you then.